The Lost Camel, a folk tale from India. There were once some merchants who traveled from place to place selling their goods. Late one evening, when they stopped to make camp for the night, they discovered that one of their beloved camels was missing. At dawn the next morning, they set out to look for the camel. Along the way, they met a man walking along the path towards them. They stopped and asked him if he had seen a camel. The man told him he had not seen a camel, but he was sure he could tell where the camel was. The merchants were confused by this. They began to question the man. Was the camel carrying a load? They asked. Yes, the man answered. He was carrying bags of wheat on his left side. He had a jar of honey on his right side. Furthermore, the camel is blind in one eye, and he has a missing tooth. But like I said, I haven't seen him. I can only tell you where you could find him. Merchants mean people who buy and sell things. But you have given a perfect description of our lost camel, the surprised merchants exclaimed. You probably have hidden our camel. You plan to steal him, another merchant added. I haven't seen him, and I'm not a thief, the man answered sharply. But I have lived in this land a long time. There are some things I know. Then tell us, how do you know he was carrying wheat and honey? The merchants asked suspiciously. I know he was carrying wheat because ants gathered around the grains that had fallen along the left side of the path. The bag was probably cut by some branches. I know he was carrying jars of honey because flies were swarming where the honey had dripped. The flies were on the right side. Fine. But how do you know he is blind in one eye? One merchant asked. Because I noticed he had been grazing only on the right side of the path, the man answered. And how do you know the camel is missing a tooth? Another merchant asked. Because where he had chewed the grass, he left a clump in the middle of the bite. That told me he had a missing tooth. If the directions you gave us are correct, the merchant said, then we will reward you for the good news you have given us. And so they got directions and went off to look for the camel. The merchants found the camel near where the man had said he saw the signs. They were very pleased to find their lost camel, and they greatly rewarded the man who had been so clever. Suspiciously means acting in a way that shows caution or doubt. Grazing is chewing on grass.